Well, good afternoon, guys, from Stafford, Kansas. We're here on the farm and Steve's driving our truck. What do you think about the truck so far?
It's wonderful.
Heck of a deal, isn't it?
Ain't kidding.
So practical for what we're looking to do. We've been getting a lot of stuff done. I've been horrible about recording and documenting it for you guys, but I'm gonna share with you what exactly we've accomplished. But before we do that, Steve mentioned that there's a scale over here at the co-op. So we're gonna pull this truck up and just see what we're weighing right now. This is not like for scientific purposes with all tanks full. This is just, hey, let's pull up on a scale and see what we weigh right now. So they use this scale to weigh the trucks when they're dumping grain, so they get a before weight and an after weight. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. All right, we have been having a great time here, visiting family, hanging out with friends. What do we have?
11.8. 11.8.
Wow, 11,840 pounds. And our GVWR is 14,000. So we have some room to work, guys. So come to think about it, Dave's weight was with 2 adults in it. All tanks were full and fully loaded, yeah, and they were at 12,500. So we're right in that neighborhood, which gives us 1,500 pounds to work with. Lunch.
Salad.
Yep.
Thank you.
So we weighed the truck and it was like 11,840.
Well, that's pretty much exactly what
But
we
that
expected.
was without 2 humans and not all the tanks were full. So we're right at that 12.5 that Dave told us.
Okay.
Well, as promised, let's show you what we've been working on. I guess first things first would be the fuel selector and switching between tanks. As it turned out, with a little help from Steve, we were able to brainstorm and we figured out that the valve selector was in the wrong position. So now we can switch between tanks, no problem at all. And then here on the inside, I installed another 12 volt and a USB outlet. Just kind of tapped into the wiring back there. And this came off of Amazon. And working our way around to the driver's side here. So this vehicle has a heating system off of the heat of the engine and a diesel fired furnace. So what that means is that there is hot water as part of the circulation going through here at all times and through here at all times. And in this heat, we've been finding when we get to the end of the day of driving, it is sweating hot back there because it's essentially like radiant heat from all this PEX tubing. And there is a solution. There's 2 valves right down there. You close both of them and it shuts off the hot water to the camper. Now keep in mind, this is also shutting off our hot water heater. But the hot water heater holds heat for 2 days. So we're thinking what we'll do is we'll drive, for example, for an hour, or maybe the first fuel stop for a day. Then we'll close it. So when we stop for the night, when it's hot, we won't have all that residual heat. And now back here, our reverse camera. I had to adjust the angle so we could see a little bit more behind it because it was pointing a little far down, and let's just say we could back the spare tire all the way up to a tree, but we couldn't see what was coming up behind us. Whew. Now here inside the camper, we've done quite a few things to make life a little better. And I say that because they're little things, but it's the little things that drive you crazy. So first things first, we've installed a little trash can here in the bathroom. So we now have the option of putting toilet paper in there or down the cassette. That's still to be determined, but this came off of Amazon and it's actually like for sanitary napkins in public bathrooms. But it works great for our application with some command hooks. Now this next thing is our inverter, and this is our box. where most of our control stuff is. But our inverter doesn't look like the type of inverter where we can like wire outlets off of it. I'm not an expert at it, but there are 3 regular outlets off of the end. And what I've done is ran power strips to the location over here. And I guess this is kind of letting the cat out of the bag for the next thing that we got done. And a power strip there. I know power strips and extension cords are not the best thing, but this is just to buy us some time until we can upgrade the inverter. And we're gonna have to get some air conditioning on this thing. And I guess we've learned from all our new schoolie friends that you can run air conditioning off of your solar and inverter if you have lithium batteries. But back to what you see here on the backsplash for the kitchen. Our friend Josh, he's got this wicked beautiful man cave and all the woodworking equipment one could imagine. He built us this awesome rack of shelves. So this is all probably going to change at what gets put up in here, but how awesome. And what it's done is it's freed up all kinds of space in our cabinetry. He also built this nice rack here, so I'm guessing this is probably going to end up being a his and hers deal. We have some nice hooks, but it's in a great location. We figured that it's below my shoulder level, and even if my shoulder's against this wall, I'm not really going to be able to hit my head. But also down this wall is where we store our trash can and step stool. So our bodies really are never gonna get over there. It's great. Thank you so much, Josh. Oh, and then last night we also did a little photo shoot because Rebeca and I really don't have any professional grade photos. And Josh's wife and our friend Rebeca is a very skilled professional photographer. So we went out and got some beautiful pictures. But back here in the bedroom, we brought our little 12-volt DVD player into the house for the week so we could watch movies in the evening. But I wired up a 12-volt outlet right here, so we can now don't have to run the inverter to watch a movie. And then that thing is actually, come on down here, there's a light right there, and that's the power source that I tapped into. And I just kind of ran it all the way up to there, so all the wires are nice and neatly hidden. Man, it is getting hot in here, guys. Whew. We really are burning up here, guys. We had 2 days where it was like in the low 70s, and that was nice, but now it's shooting up to the mid 90s, and it's kind of altering the direction of where we want to head for the next couple months. But right now, let's get some drone footage for you.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. Be sure to check back in because we're about to embark on a crazy road trip back east, and we're all really looking forward to some cooler temperatures.
Especially Shelbers.
Yeah, especially Shelby. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will see you tomorrow.